Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Theta. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, with that being said, I also want to mention that I do have two donation links down below in the description. If you want to support Ukraine in its fight against the Russian tyranny, then feel free to donate to the Ukrainian military or to the Ukrainian refugees. The links are in the description. Those are official links. You can triple check the links. They have nothing to do with me. The funds do not go through any of my accounts whatsoever. They go directly to support the military or the refugees. So thank you all for donating. Now let's get straight into the video. So as you can see, we are in this large falling wedge over here. We are getting tighter and tighter with our falling wedge, and the lower we go, the closer we are to the apex. And as you know, the closer you are to the apex, the more likely you are to break out of it to the upside. Now, obviously, you can still break to the downside if Bitcoin decides to crap the bed. You know, it usually likes to spoil the party for altcoins, but this is a good setup for Theta. You know, buying coins and dollar cost averaging in this area is going to be a very smart move, because once it starts breaking out, hopefully out of this falling wedge to the upside, then taking profits at these areas over here, that is going to make you quite a bit of money. So hopefully you have the patience to do so. And if you want to take some quick profits along the way, that's totally fine. Depends on what your strategy is. Now, in the last video, I did give you a couple of support levels, and we did meet one crucial support level over here, $2.78. So this was a level that I gave you in the last video. We had a bounce over here at the beginning of February. We bounced off of there, and over here we had a wick all the way below this level. So you could have had your orders filled, and let's see, that's already a 8.9% profit if you got in at this price. And if you're looking to take profits at the 20 EMA, let's see, that is a 16.5% profit. So, you know, that was a good entry. Obviously, this doesn't mean that we're going to keep on going up from here. We can obviously come back to this support level or even land lower. If you start going lower, then I would look at some entries at $2.52. Below that, we have a support at $2.28. And the end of this buy zone over here is at $1.45. So I would assume this would be our bottom, because this is where we had this actually this trading range over here before we started breaking to the upside. So we can come back to this range, bounce off of it as support, and then continue on. But that would mean that we would have to lose this falling wedge. And as low as I want to see Theta go is over here at the 0 Fibonacci level. So $2.27 is the lowest point that I want Theta to bounce off from, and from there hopefully we can start breaking out of this falling wedge. Now the target from the falling wedge is where it was created initially, and that is going to be at $15.87 over here, which is the all-time high for Theta. Now that's regarding the support levels. If you want to look for some take profit zones, then you can obviously look at the Fibonacci retracement as well. So if you got in here at this level and you want to take some profits at the 0.236, that is a 30% profit, which means you're going to take some profits at $3.60. Above that, we do have the 0.382 over here, which is sitting at $4.78. That's a 71% profit. And we do have a resistance level over here at $4.36. That would be a 56.5% profit for you. So it depends on where you want to take profits. Obviously, if you're in it for the long term, you don't want to look at these resistance levels. You only want to be buying from support levels. Now, our long-term targets over here are all the way up here, sitting at $52 for Theta. That is our 1.618 target, and you really want to start targeting that after you break through this swing high over here. So the first fib level of this retracement, which is the swing high, the all-time high over here at $15.87. Once you break through that, you are technically looking at $52 as your next target. Doesn't mean we're going to get there 100% of the time, but usually once you break through the first fib level, you're more likely than not to get to the 1.618 at least. Obviously, $7.56 over here is a strong resistance zone that we need to get through, because if you keep on bouncing your head off of that area, you are potentially creating a dead cat bounce and rolling even further, because right now we are in a downtrend for Theta. We have hit the 0.618 twice over here. As you can see, we hit our head on this level, got rejected once, landed on the 0.382 as support, had another go at it, got rejected once again, went even lower and continued on with this downtrend over here. And if you run into that resistance level one more time, then, you know, that's not going to be looking very good for Theta. Hopefully we can break this level the next time we are attacking it. Now let's jump into the daily RSI. Hopefully this won't be too confusing for you. There are a couple of resistance levels above us I want you to pay attention to. So first of all, the top white trend line, as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3 and a fake out over here. So 3 touches with a fake out. That is something that you can look for once we start pumping on Theta, and you can potentially start breaking through these pink trend lines, and that's where you can run into and come back down and get rejected from that area. So that just have the white trend line on your chart. Below that, you have this pink trend line over here, as you can see, this horizontal, and you have 1, 2, a fake out. So 2 bounces and a fake out. So you can potentially look for a bounce off of this level if you're looking to take some quick profits, a quick flip for you. This pink trend line would be good. And then we have a second pink trend line over here, which is a resistance level right now, which was a support previously, but we've had, you could say, 5 bounces off of this level, both as support and resistance. So this is a valid level as well. So if you start pumping, you break through the first pink trend line, you can run into the second one. This is only if you want to take some profits at the resistances of these, of the RSI, basically. That is one way to, you know, to trade your coin based on the RSI. And obviously we have this support at 45.13 over here. We did have a couple of bounces from this area, as you can see, over here, over here, over here, and over here. So this is something to look at. We even had a rejection from that level over here a couple of days ago, April 12th. Or 13th, I should say. So this is not really an important level. I wouldn't be selling once we hit this area, but I would be buying back into Theta if we start breaking out and you come back for support. I would actually be looking at 45.13 or 45 as a support level to enter. And the green zone below us is a buy zone, which you want to pay attention to, because every time you've hit this zone, you've had a strong recovery to the upside. So look at this as your, you know, immediate buy zone. If you go down this low, then that means that, you know, Theta is getting pretty oversold, and you need to start getting into the assets once they're oversold, because that's when, you know, the maximum profit potential is showing itself. Now, let's jump into the Binance chart for more oscillators. Okay, so jumping into the daily chart on the Binance website. So in the on the stochastic RSI over here, you can see that our momentum is in the oversold. The RSI is all the way down here below the index of 20, which means the asset is oversold on the daily chart based on the stochastic RSI. So this just tells you that it is a great opportunity to get involved in the project, because as you can see, each time it was in this zone previously, it had strong moves to the upside. So that's you know, something to pay attention to. I do use the stochastic RSI quite a lot on my charts, so it's a very easy indicator to use. Now the MACD just had a bearish cross, I should say, April 5th. Since then, we've had a pullback. Let me just get that for you. So April 5th, we're down 28% since that. So if you sold once you got the bearish cross on the MACD, you could have bought in 28% cheaper into this project. So that's, you know, something to look at as well. Let's jump into the weekly chart real quick, see what's going on over here. So on the weekly chart, okay, the stochastic has started moving up over here, but now we're slowly recovering down. We got the bearish cross and we're potentially moving back down. So let's see how low we can go. Obviously, you were about to enter the overbought area over here above the index of 80. So that would have meant that it's, you know, potentially safe to take some profits, because once you're in this area, as you can see, every time you start coming back down, because there's nowhere left to go but down. And let's take a look at the MACD. So the MACD just printed a bullish cross March 21st. So this is a bullish indicator in my opinion, because this is the confirmation of your uptrend on the weekly chart. And as you all know, the higher the time frame, the more important all the crosses and all the patterns are. So as you can see, we ran into resistance over here on the 20 EMA on the weekly chart. Also, we did print a bearish cross on the weekly, which is negative. obviously the 20 crossing below the 55 EMA, but we ran into the 20 as resistance, pulled it back down, and potentially if we're going to have a second go at it, we're going to break through the 20 EMA. But overall, this isn't looking very bad in my opinion for Theta, because look at this strong move that it had over the last couple of years, and you know, this consolidation period is really nothing compared to what a bear market looks like for altcoins. You know, from the all-time high, let's see, that's a pullback of 86%, right? But since March of 2020, it had made 43,000% in profit. So I do think that this is quite a fair pullback in my opinion. So all of you who got involved in Theta below $1, below 50 cents, you're in profits basically. But if you want to sell even higher, you know, somewhere at $50, then you do have to wait quite a bit. You have to be patient. And like I said, look for the break of the 20 EMA and look for the break of the 55 EMA, because once that happens, that will tell you that, you know, we're potentially starting to flip really, really bullish here. And yeah, that is pretty much it. If you see a strong pullback in the market and you see the stochastic RSI come back all the way down below the 20 on the weekly, then that's another indicator that is telling you that, you know, getting involved right now is very lucrative. But that has been it for this video. If I missed out anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to check me out on Patreon. It's a great way to support me and a great way for you to get more exclusive content. We have personal TA requests, video requests, buy alerts, sell alerts, low cap gems, project reviews, market sentiment analysis, and a whole bunch of more stuff basically. So it's a great platform to communicate and to stay in touch basically. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.